Good morning. Today I am going to be showing everyone how to do a small grid, but most importantly to translate the small grid into a large grid onto your 12 by 18 piece of paper. So, okay. First, I asked everyone to print out a black and white photo of themselves, like so, and to start to mark around the shapes of each of the values. This should be done before marking the grid. After that, I just cut off, actually I didn't cut off anything, so my photo is perfectly 4 by 6. 4 by 6. Since mine is 4 by 6, I will have a 1.5 large inch grid. And I will have 1/2 inch on my small grid. So to do that, we're gonna line it up, line up the 4 with the line. Since this area right here is kind of dark, I'm just gonna put my lines right here where I can see it more clearly. I said I'm doing a 1/2 inch grid for my small grid, so 1/2 inch small grid. So right here, if you guys don't know how to read a ruler, this is a whole inch and this is going to be a 1/2 inch. Okay. Now we're making it perpendicular. You guys don't need to make a huge dot. A smaller dot is beneficial because you will get a cleaner, straighter line. So do that for 1/2 inch each way until we get to 4 inches. Now that we have it right here, we're gonna pull our ruler all the way up here and do the same right here. So 4 inches, perfect right there, like so, and 1/2 inch again. Right, our line should match up perfectly right there, but first let's do our other side. Going a little bit halfway right here. Half an inch on this side again. Inch, and then right here. Bring our ruler all the way up like so that we can get a nice clean dots. This one's a little hard to see, so let's just scoot that up just slightly. Perfect. 1/2 inch again. When we draw the actual grid, if your photo is too dark, you might want to try using a pen or a white color pencil, just so you can see the lines more clearly. And now we line up our lines. We have this nice border right here, so we don't need to line up those lines. Right here. Just extend it a little bit more so it's easier for us to see where each of the lines end. Right here as well. Make sure the ruler is parallel to the dots so you get a nice clean line that is accurate to the art or the photo. the reason why we want this grid to be as accurate as possible is when we translate the image into the large grid, is that we get each box perfect, so it's an easier time for translation. If you have a grid that is hard to see, it will be a lot harder for you for translation. If you have a photo that is larger than 4x6, there are other measurements that you can utilize. I'll show you after making the large grid on how you might want to do that. So this is almost done with my small grid. Like so. Just making sure they are lined up. So we have our squares right here and squares right here. I like to personally mark my boxes, so it's gonna be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have our boxes here and here labeled. So how do we translate that onto this paper right here? Well, the large paper is going to be 12 by 18, right? Large paper, 12 by 18. And we have a 4 by 6, so it's going to be 1.5 large inch grid all the way through. So we're just going to get our ruler again, and this side right here, and we're just going to mark 1.5, right? So 1.5, half 1. A little nice trick that I use when using 1.5. The second part of the measurement is always going to end on a multiple of 3. So that's how we can check it. I'll show you after we have done our lines. 10.5. 13.5, 15, 15.5, and as you can see right here, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then 18. We bring this all the way down like so. And repeat. So 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, 12, 13.5, 15, 16.5, and 18. We're going to do the exact same thing for this side as well. So line up our measurements like so, and 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6.5, or 7.5, I mean. 9, 10.5, and then 12. And we're just gonna do the exact same on the other side. Like so. So 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, and then 12. We're just gonna line it up. So starting on this side, we're just gonna be lining up our lines like so. Edge to edge. This piece won't have a border, which I recommend or prefer you guys don't have a border. Make sure your lines are nice and straight. If you need any corrections, now is the time to do so. You can always use the back of the paper if you need to do so. We want to make sure these lines are as straight and as accurate as possible, so when we translate the small grid onto here, it will be easy for us. And last one on this side will be right here. Okay, we have our lines this way, so let's start to do them the other way. Right here. Make sure you have enough pressure on the ruler when you use it. You don't want the ruler to slide at all, because that is how you get crooked lines. Right. Let's see right here. Right here. Here. Now this looks correct. How we can check that is by doing it like so. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we have our small grid and our large grid translated. And that's how you make your large and small grid. Thank you.